Matt Moody. I'm from Moncton, Vermont, and I will be reading a piece of poetry called Rooted to Home. I was rooted to my home in Vermont, to the low-hanging branches of the apple trees, to the sweet smell of raspberry jam that wafted through the kitchen, to the harsh green mountain range against the pale sky, and the rocks and roots that built the trail. Content but trapped, glazed eyes and a wandering mind, surrounded by the sound of lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, long lectures, and thoughts of escape. Surrounded by fixed mindsets, people who didn't want to grow, who were not living each moment. They were just wanting to get by and hurdle themselves into the future. The muffled bell brings more feelings of relief than accomplishment, feelings of dissatisfaction, and a hope for something that could change the way I thought, and show me the sea of excitement, that long search for a desired feeling. Not knowing if there is anything better than the 20-minute bus ride to start my day, awkward smiles in the hallway, binders full of overstressed work, studying until midnight. But knowing that there is something to be discovered about myself, my future, and my sense of place. A world of mystery and new discoveries. Skies that my mind saw, but my vision did not. Swaying seas miles away. Now, gazing out at a place that is so familiar, I know the depth to the sea. I know the living creatures that sway with the ebb and the flow. The green crabs that invade the inner tidal. Hundreds of periwinkles, suctioning to each piece of seaweed. Clams hidden under the thick, heavy mud. I can see the entire world beneath the ocean surface. I feel like the sea at high tide, bold, strong, and confident. Feelings of awareness and awakeness overflow out of the person that I have become. Walking together, the sandy, winding road leading us to the field of solitude and reflection. The air is still, with only the sound of our feet hitting the frozen ground, the geese squawking, indecisively flying south, the aggressive grunts of the grazing cows. I think of the present. The active voice inside of me tells myself to stay there. I become the spot next to the crooked aspen tree where my vision is unblocked, and I can see where the ocean meets the sky. Out to Osprey Island. I can feel the warm sun against my cheek, breathing through the frosty air, flickering through the bare branches. Each time I breathe in, I smell the salty air that I have become so fond of. A new appreciation for the beauty around me has formed. 112 days of testing my limits, challenging myself with every opportunity that I'm given, stretching my heart to love. Our first day awkward interactions, the early morning grumbles, the 2 squeaky floorboards in the bunk room. Climbing over the no jumping sign to leap into Little River from the bridge. And bobbing above the surface with my eyes stinging from the salt water. The smell of the mud flat that has never escaped the boots that line the back stairwell. Friday morning yoga in the crisp air of the yurt. The deep, sparkling ocean at Pemaquid Point. The smell of sweet granola drizzled with maple syrup. The twinkling lights that illuminate the yurt once the sun goes down. My first bite of lobster. When September felt like the middle of winter, under the stars at Common Ground Fair. Using Kira as a jungle gym to stay warm. Playing spoons with forks covered in blueberry pie. Each late night whisper. Cheering as loud as we could at the Portland High School football game. Cleaning up trash on Upper Flag Island and the defined triangles of our Tibetan afterwards. Sitting down in our wet rain clothes after our long hike to the Gold Coast. The contagious squeals and smiles when it snows, making sweet potato pie on Thanksgiving Day, walking through thick fog to the solo field, painting our sister species on the yurt floor, tackling each other and doing somersaults in the snow. The feeling of joy, returning home after a week away, back to that little yellow farmhouse, where our community formed the day we blocked the hiking trail to share our vulnerabilities, and when we played butt quarters, only 3 weeks into the semester, where I watched myself grow, the moment I talked to my family for the first time. The moment it hit me that I was really at CSG, spending 4 months away from home, where I have experienced so much joy in being 14 loving sisters, the 2 from the hipster neighborhood in St. Paul, the coffee-obsessed New Yorker, the crazy one from Virginia with that little tuft of hair on the top of her head, the 6 ocean-loving Mainers, the 2 Disney World lovers from California, the adventurous girl from Mexico, and then us 2 insane skiers from Vermont. All of us live miles away from each other, but we have come together to create a second home. In that little yellow farmhouse that sits on Wolf's Neck Road, I have been inspired to create joyous lives and to make my life full of experiences, because this amazing 4-month journey that I have accomplished is only the start to a lifetime of adventure. And when I leave Maine, the state that has been my home for the past 4 months, I will leave the swaying sea, the tall white pines, the crooked old aspen tree that sits at the solo field, and that little yellow farmhouse. But the memories will stay. And when I pull into the driveway that I haven't seen since August, I will remember the skills that I have gained at CSG. I won't ever let go of them. I will plant my roots back into the soil of Vermont, but this time the roots will be different. They will forever have a touch of CSG within them.